Welcome to Steve 87th, Puget Sound and Pacific Railroad.
Hi everyone, this is Steve 87th PSAP Railroad, or Puget Sound and Pacific. This is my channel, and I just wanted to invite you guys to come along and watch as I build my railroad, build up some kits, do some kit bashing, and running trains like the one behind me. So if this is what you guys like to watch, stick around for a while and see if you like the channel. Hey model railroaders, it's Steve 87th here today. Continuing with some updates on my build for the Walthers contest that I'm in. So just wanted to kind of give you guys a little update on what I'm doing next. So today's one of those kind of rare days. Well, it's not too rare anymore. We've been having great weather ever since we've been at the stay-at-home thing. So it's time for me to get outside and build my 2x4 layout. So one of the things that I wanted to do is something that Al Mayo did on building his layout, in that I'm going to actually make a jig for my support beams. The reason I need to make a jig is because, remember I told you to begin with, this is going to be my future state railroad. And in order for it to be a future state railroad, I'm going to wind up making it modular. So this is the first build of a 2x4s, bunch of 2x4 set up modulars. So if I set everything up the same way, I'll be able to have the holes in the right place that I need to, and all the drilling. So if I do that now, we'll have a jig and we'll be able to use it for ever and ever and ever. So I've got a few different pieces here on my tool bench. See, I got some wood screws, some nails, 1x6 because they're requiring 1x6 depth on the build, and I decided a little bit too late to get 2x4s for the build. I've decided to use some table aligners for actually aligning the systems together. So I got some of those. I got those at Woodcraft. And I'm also going to use, which I haven't quite found the right stuff yet, I want to make these wing nuts instead of actual fasteners with screws on it. But they'll hook the sections together by using a tapped, basically, insert for a screw. So those are the holes that I got to cut out, as well as holes for wires and so forth. All of the little modules right now are going to be 2 feet wide, no matter what, so that I can easily transport them and build a container or something like that to put them in. So those have been all cut to 22.5 inches to fit between the 4-foot boards. And I've got 4x6 boards down here. This one I'm not going to put legs in, but there's the ability to do that later. So I'm going to go ahead and do some cutting and put this together. So my first step is to take this nice 2-inch by 2-inch dimensional lumber and cut it down so that I can make pockets for it. Now I've got to make 2 different pockets because these are 22.5, but I also have a whole bunch of 1x4 that I cut, unfortunately, at 45-degree angles here, so they're actually 2 feet wide. And I don't want to throw those away. They're good pieces of wood and all that kind of stuff, and I made a whole bunch of those boxes. So I'm going to make one of this that's 22.5 inches wide, and another one that's actually 24 inches wide, so I can get the 2 different shots done together. So we're going to cut these on down and start making our little jigs. Okay, so filming outside is a little bit different from filming inside. I got my first section cut up. I built 2 5-inch blocks that are 2 by 2 inches. I cut 1 piece of lumber that, when the blocks are placed on either end and squared up, will leave me 22.5 inches, which is the size that I'm going to make. And then I've got my drill template plate that's going to go up there. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the bottoms together, but I am not going to glue together the top yet, because I'm going to use this top to actually drill the second one, which is for the 24-inch ones. Okay, so I got the 22.5 there, which will be my future builds from now on. And then I've got all of these 24-inch wide ones that I'm going to have to use up first. So let's go ahead and put that together. It's a little bit more difficult doing the outside because of the sun and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to show you little steps here and there, and then show you what I'm going to do for my drilling. Okay, everybody, so I've made my little layout out here. This is my actual cut board that I'm going to use. The good thing is using the 2 2/3, I'll use the same layout for the 2 foot wide ones and make it from here. So what I've got going on here is like 1.5 inches in, I'm going to put in the alignment pin, and then I'll put in the screw next to that, about 1 inch off of that. And then over here, we're going to put in a 3/4 inch hole for running wires. The center is going right dead center. We're putting in an 1 3/8 hole, because it's the biggest bit that I have right now, for right in the center of the board. And then we'll have another hole over here in the same place as this one, that's also going to be 3/4 inch to run my electrical through. So I'm going to drill this one, and then I'll be able to flip it over and use it for the 24 inch wide ones, because this is set up for the 22.5 inch wide ones. Okay, so there we go. That is the first of the jigs to be able to put the 24 inches in there. So my job is going to be to go ahead and put these together and make up my first 24 by 42 or 48 inch section. I'm only going to use 2x4s, or 1x4s, because I'm going to put 2 inches of foam on top of it, plus covering with plywood. So that'll make it all up for the 6 inches. Okay, that finished off the build of the jig. I didn't get around to doing the actual base, but I went ahead and cut my styrofoam in half, and I'll show you that on a little bit of a later video, what that looks like. So anyway, that was making up the jig for my rigs. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll catch you up a little bit later. Thanks for watching. Bye now.